It was the confidence that was built around his character that made Bad Boy so feared. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody want what he had or the people he could call to back up what he said. That gave Bad Boy a presence not to be with.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
it ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Now, when I get on YouTube and I go to the Real Life Productions page where Real Life Street Stars lives, I do these things. First, I like, I comment, I share, and I definitely subscribe. You don't want to miss it. And then when you become a member, you get all the good stuff. Like, just hit the button. Hit the button. I promise you, it's so worth it.
I'm not gonna be on this couch with Jag. Hold on, bro. I'm not gonna be on this couch with Jag, man, unless Jag sing my favorite song. It's a Philly classic. And when I was in high school, bro, and the preacher's daughter sung this and made me sing it back to her. You understand? And that's the first time, and she gave me a kiss. That's the first time I fell in love. And Jag gotta sing, I hope that we can be together soon for me. She gotta sing that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get a little water. You know, I tell you, every time something great is about to happen, everything goes to shit everywhere else. And I had to, you know, it's been crazy. We got bags thrown at us at the, at the airport.
Bags?
Yeah. There's some crazy guy named Bon Me H with a reflector jacket on that works for American Airlines. Out of DFW, decided he was gonna just take my manager and dump him in the fairway and then just throw his bag on him and say, holla.
Bon Me H.
Bon Me H. I tell you, American, y'all. Hey, pandemic did great things for company morale.
Oh my God. And I'm flying out on America tomorrow.
Listen to me. You tell them keep that Bon Me away from you.
Yeah.
No Bon Me H.
And before Jax was saying, quick, Gene, that was the request you wanted. There's no other question?
That's it, bro. Because
all right, that's all I need to know.
Listen, I wasn't going to, listen to me. I wasn't going to leave. When they say Jag was going to be here, that's my dream. And if she could sing that for me, man, and take me back to that, I'm in heaven.
Okay, Jag.
All right, so let's see. I was practicing today. And then I ran.
You was practicing?
Yeah, I practice every day.
Oh, you practice your singing?
Yeah, every day.
All
and
right.
while I was practicing, I was like, let me get my voice warmed up. And I end up partying with some pretty girls in a pool.
Ooh.
And they all are fans of yours. Matter of fact, I spoke to I spoke to you this morning with a gentleman who was crying on the phone. He was like, I listen to Jag and I listen to you and Jay every day. And he was like, y'all like my kin. And I'm like, I had to call Gene. Because for us, we get a lot of flack for just telling the truth. And the truth is the only thing I would say that we're doing is just being accountable for what we saw and being accountable for the hell it started. You know, what a lot of people don't realize is right now in this moment, everybody's looking at, oh, well, if Diddy's is bad, what about this person? What about that person? And people love tying people's names into things without really thinking about it. And Luther Campbell has some interesting things to say about former Bad Boy security. So I want to say it right now with this man present. If he was not there, I can only imagine how much worse things would have been and could have gotten.
Right.
This is the man.
And like I told these guys now, people who commit crimes with criminals.
Yeah, they do.
I ain't never been no criminal.
No.
And I'm never gonna let anybody get harmed. I'm always intersected. I'm 10 steps in front of you before it happens.
But that's the other thing.
No, sing my song.
I'm gonna sing it, but I want to say this, and then I'm gonna sing it. In positions that we've been in, and the people that we've been around, You had it made. So did I. There was a disagreement in the way things were going. You went your own way.
Right.
I went my own way. If it was really, if we were terrible people, you don't walk away. You stay. It was made. You were the man of all, period. Imagine, as he went on into his billionaire status, all the things.
I could have just kept my mouth closed.
Period.
I didn't have to tell Miss Wallace nothing.
Nothing.
I didn't have to say nothing to nobody. That's what people don't understand. I chose to. You understand? They want to make up the stories they want to make up. And that's what you get this internet. You got a lot of people making up stuff. But then when the stuff come true, they look stupid. They don't say nothing. They quiet as a church mouse. All the things that Jag done said, you understand? And the only thing I disagree with Jag about this was Chris. That's the only thing I disagree with it.
Can we speak on that right quick?
Because I knew Lou Tucker. And if you put Lou Tucker and you go in the photos and you put Christopher Williams side by side each other, they look like brothers. They could have been brothers.
They could have been brothers.
I'm not saying Lou Tucker did anything. I'm gonna say that much. But I know Christopher Williams, and I know Christopher Williams is
something else. But
Christopher Williams is a gangster.
But this is the thing, though. When that lawyer came to me, and what everybody has been trying to do is get me to give her name.
Right. I wouldn't worry about it.
And I know why they want me to give her name, because they want to run down on her. And I could even justify it by saying the person who brought her to me that you and I both know. And we'll talk about that on another occasion.
Right.
Because at this point in time, I think I owe you that.
I don't even really.
I know you don't care.
I don't care about that, Jack. I want you to sing my song.
My point is this. I believe my witness, and he knows what he knows. But regardless of all of that, there's always spaces in between every story. Now, maybe she saw somebody else that looked like Christopher Williams. I can only tell you what that woman said to me.
And she could think that. She could really think that, because they look so much alike. Back then, with the curly hair, light skin, the whole 9 yards, it wouldn't be far-fetched. But
if your ignorant ass call me a crackhead again, I don't give no fuck. I'm just gonna make flyers of all of that shit from Kohl's with them goddamn JBLs. And I'ma hand it out at every show you do that you try to call me a crackhead, because I ain't never smoked no crack.
Oh my God. And y'all got me on the couch with this.
I just want everybody to know that nobody's lying. You're not lying.
No, I'm not
lying. His story isn't any less valid than my story, and vice versa. Stop worrying about the little details and pay attention to the big picture.
Always.
Big picture is, at the end of the day, regardless of that story, there are other stories about Puff using sexuality to enslave other men to get them to do what he wanted them to do for his purpose. Now, maybe it wasn't Christopher Williams, but I could think of about 5 other dudes that I could say right off the top of my head right now that I know that to be true.
Okay, I'm reloaded. You gotta see that.
When I'm away from you, boy, all I seem to do is cry. But then when I see you, boy, my, how the time does fly. I don't know if you need and love me too. Ooh, the way I love and needed you. But I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon.
Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I hope that we can be together soon. Can Can we make it real soon?
Yeah.
Can we make it real soon? We got it. Come on, hold up.
I think about you, girl. Chills run up and down my spine.
Babe, he's singing this for you. He's singing your part.
And when I think about you, girl, all my heart is do is cry.
All right, now you singing the lead. I'm on the background.
Roll around, night and day, I'm gonna miss you. All my lonely heart seems to do.
I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon. Can you make it real soon?
I can't wait.
Can you make it real soon?
Real Life Street Stars, we are back with the Jagginator. This is what is considered part 2 of I Was There. Jag,
when Real Life Street Stars, when Real Life Productions hit 1 million subscribers, salute! Hey!
1 million subscribers.
1 million!
Man, Jag, yeah, that's just to say that out loud is.
That must be trippy.
Yeah.
I was thinking of you guys earlier today, and it was wild because this whole day we've been keeping it quiet. Nobody knew or was supposed to know we were in town. I didn't tell anybody.
Right.
Came straight from the airport. We went to the hotel. We came straight here to work. We were here till 3 a.m. I go to sleep. I wake up. I thought I lost my phone. It was all the way under the pillow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Normal day for the most part. And then I go to get coffee for me and Ange. And instantly I know that the girl recognizes me behind the counter. And I'm like, okay. And then somebody else walks in. But the fourth person that recognized me when I went outside to smoke my cigarette while I was fretting over my phone and, you know, waiting for the coffee, this guy looked, he said, "You Jaguar." And I was talking to the mod squad, of course. And he recognized my voice. He said, "I know you from the Blue Couch." He said, "I listen to you every day." And then I saw him starting to get choked up. And he's sitting there shaking and he's crying. He said, "I talk to you." He said, "I listen to you every day." And I said, "Well, you know, I'm in town with a friend." He said, "Who?" I said, "Gene Deal." He said, "Brother Gene is here."
Shout out him.
So I get on the phone. We got the FaceTime now. We're FaceTime.
There you go.
Yeah,
This is cool.
yeah, you know.
You're nice, Jay. You're real nice. You're approachable. Let me say that. You're very approachable.
I am.
People might think you're not, but
I meet people with the energy I receive.
there you go.
So if I've ever been nasty to you, that tells you everything you need to know about yourself. So, you know, it's like, and I'm talking to Gene, and this man is sitting there, he starts shedding tears, he's weeping. He said, "Y'all are the truth." And he said, "Shalom." And I'm like, oh, okay. We're having a real moment here. And I gave him my phone number and I was going to invite him tonight, but I think you guys need to talk to him without me here.
Please, yeah, no, let's definitely
You know,
have that conversation.
I don't want to be a distraction. And the truth is I don't know if I can handle it because I started crying with him a little bit. Because I think about the people that we talk to, these conversations that we share with the world. I don't know if we really understand how much they mean. And I don't even know if we really understand everything that we've sacrificed and we put into getting to this point.
Yeah, Jay, let's talk about the synergy of it because you and Gene Deal just serenaded each other on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like what the synergy, the energy of just that moment alone to where this man who has been opening up and telling his truth on the other side of the world, and you opening up telling your truth on the other side of the world, and y'all come together to sit right here and then just have a moment to look in each other's eyes and just say, I just want to sing. Come on. Shout out to RealLyfe Street Stars. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. Shout out to Gene. It's amazing, man. 1 million subs.
You want to know what made that so special for me? All of the things that we say, all of the truths that we tell, it's to defend that moment.
Without question.
The joy of sharing music with people that you love and respect. The instant camaraderie and fellowship that it brings. Now we're talking 25 years, the almost 30 years I've known this man. And the best moment I'll ever have with him was that.
You know, they say they sing songs before they go to war.
Yeah. Was
this a moment before the storm? I don't know.
What I will say is there are no coincidences. And, you know, you spend so much time feeding into the lies, maybe give the truth a try. Might surprise you.
There you go.
Yeah, no, and I love the fact that it's a Philly record, and I love the fact that it's Uncle Harold's record, you know? I remember learning how to do the steps and down in the basement while they were rehearsing when the Blue Notes were rehearsed. And of course, this was after Uncle Teddy had left and the accident and all of that. And I remember singing the backgrounds on that song. I know every note. I know all the parts. And I say, you know what, let me pull these lyrics out because it's been a minute. But I was reading the lyrics while I was singing. And it's been a long time. We've been waiting for that moment. And I hope that we can be together soon. And there's so many more of us to really make that a complete together. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, you know?
now, before we started, you said Gene was instrumental in protecting so many from the atrocities that Diddy could have committed if his presence had not have been there. Just give us some of the harrowing tales of just Gene in those years.
There's a million things I could tell you. There were a lot of fights at those old rap shows. What I can say was he was the peacemaker. Period. Didn't nobody want to feel what he had to give. And he was never quick to give it. He gave a word, and that was understood. And it was the confidence that was built around his character that made Bad Boy so feared. You know what I mean? Because ain't nobody want what he had or the people he could call to back up what he said. That gave Bad Boy a presence not to be fucked with. You know, Death Row had Suge, but Suge was the CEO. Diddy wasn't that.
Yeah.
But he had Gene, see. And Gene kept him honest. Like, you gotta remember, all of these people been knowing each other since high school. We talking back in the day. You know, even out, like, when people don't even realize, like, I'll Be Sure and Pete Rock, they're best friends, yo.
Right.
They went to high school together. They've been best friends since 10th grade. People change a lot when money and circumstances come into the way. How a person acted in the 10th grade is gonna be very different than how they act with $500 million and an axe to grind. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different person.
Did Gene Deal ever have to talk to Suge one-on-one? Did they ever?
From what I know, I'm sure there was interaction, but no, Gene didn't fuck around. Like, his loyalty was to crew, which is why I don't like talking about his story because there's other parts of that story that I don't know if anybody can talk about.
Real.
At the end of the day, they made sure Gene wasn't present when Biggie was shot. He didn't want to leave Big's side. But they made sure he stepped away. Which is why I find it disgusting that Reggie Wright Jr. has anything to say about anything at all. Because he was the head of security and he was supposed to be making sure the block was tight. That gimp-ass fucking wheelchair bitch. He should be sitting down. He was sitting down on the most important night of their lives. Protecting Big at all costs. They made sure Gene wasn't there.
If Big doesn't die, do you get a Puff Daddy the way he turns out now?
Fuck no.
Does Big keep Puff in check?
Oh, absolutely. Big and Kim. Kim had she had the little babies. Junior Mafia loyal to Kim. What else was there? Biggie, Kim, Junior. What else was there? Total, my Kima, my friend, love her to death. Total couldn't carry that. 112 couldn't carry that. Carl Thomas couldn't carry that. They were all able to survive because of the dynasty that came with Big and Junior Mafia.
So no one tells P. Diddy what to do. Like,
absolutely.
Who tells him what to do?
Clive Davis in the beginning. No, he didn't empower him. That motherfucker put his ass on a block. He gave him power. And all he had to do was diddle-dee-dee and diddle-dee-dum. Like, he wasn't gonna tell Gene and them that's how he was getting the money.
Right.
Let's be real about that. You think he was going to admit to these niggas who he went to school with, who essentially he asked to come to make his G official? Right. Like you heard him say, Christopher Williams, street nigga, gangster nigga, Pete Rock, I'll Be Short, they niggas from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Gene Deal. Like, ain't nobody looking at how Puff positioned himself. There was a wall of protection and talent and brilliance around him. Nobody had to look at him for real. And the truth is nobody did. Everybody laughed and joked about him dancing like a fucking idiot in all them goddamn videos. Twirling around in circles and shit. This nigga been wild. Like, you know, so I'm just saying, they didn't know. And he wasn't telling them. They just know he got the budget. He go to LA, he talk to Clive, he come back with the bread. Apparently, he has this man's confidence. Yeah, I'm sure that man was very confident with his penis in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Clive is a whole freak.
You think Clive put him on to all
I know. Clive, that's what he do. Queen Clive. Long may she reign in hell.
When 50 Cent...
Don't nobody want to talk about why R. Kelly's bus was parked in Clive Davis's driveway, why his tour bus was parked in Clive Davis's driveway at the house where the shit went down between Chris and Rihanna. Don't nobody want to talk about why it was filled with video girls who were being trafficked. And he was never questioned by Me Too. Why ain't nobody from Me Too saying anything? They had so much to say.
Right.
About Harvey Weinstein, who's now all his charges is being dropped. So much for their investigation. Guess it was a little paper thin. I don't know. These bitches was mad talkative. They was on the fucking news every goddamn day. And then they brought that witch bitch fucking Rose McGowan, fresh off a breakup with Marilyn Manson, feeling low, gave her a cause. You like the shit you did with Harvey Weinstein, bitch. Don't front. That's real rad. Why didn't they ask Leah Remini? She's a little more credible. But then again, she might have been able to pull some of their cards because a lot of them motherfuckers is involved in that Scientology bullshit too. That's LA. I love the work that me and Odell are doing right now. We've been documenting my history in Los Angeles, all 25 years from 1999 to now. And, you know, I just said something off the cuff and he was like, no, you're right. LA is a graveyard. It's a graveyard. Whether it's dead hopes and dreams or stars. Like riding to the corner where Biggie was killed. I was just there. Literally. And that building, it's this big, gaudy, Masonic looking thing. You know, it's all right, architecturally wise. But what gets really interesting about it is when the sun goes down, they turn the lights on, blood red, pure blood red. The whole building glows in pure blood red. I don't know, that just feels disturbing to me. You put this thing up that looks like some kind of Masonic monument where Biggie Smalls was shot to death. And at night, you thought that the color should be blood red. I don't know. Then we're in Vegas and we go down to Flamingo and Cobalt, where Tupac was shot. And we're walking around and we're going over the details and I'm like, tell me it's not wrong. Something's wrong with the story. They pull you could feel it. And and he's like, hold up. I'm like, the feds were sitting right there. The car allegedly pulled up. We even went and talked to a 24-year-old kid who was like, I'm like, it was the weekend of the Tyson fight. The strip is packed on fight weekends up until 5 a.m. in the morning. That shooting didn't happen that late. Somewhere in between 2 and 3, correct? That would have been a very busy time. There were no eyewitnesses. And there was 2 gas stations, catacorner. They pulled the footage from the weakest side where there was nothing but blind spots. We saw it for ourselves. Why did they get the shittiest footage? How did Tupac catch all that heat and Suge only got nicked? And he's 4 times bigger than this nigga. He's a much bigger target. Tupac could have dodged them bullets. It's not adding up.
So I want to get a little deeper with the Tupac, right? So, you know, you go back to his old music and then you listen to it and he says, Illuminati, all in your body. Yeah. Can Jaguar Wright break down what is he talking about? Illuminati, what is he saying?
He's telling the truth. He's saying what he said. That this is what they do. This is the industry This is who they work for, and this is what they're willing to do to work their agenda on you, through you, whether you like it or not. That's what that means.
You spoke about Scientology.
Yeah.
Does that have to do with anything with the Illuminati, or is that just separate entity?
They're separate entities, but they work in tandem.
Right.
They spy on each other's people for each other.
Right.
You know, if they don't want to make it look like they're stalking one of their, defectees, they'll ask somebody from TMZ to do it for them. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud, allegedly. Harvey. They farm it out, make it seem like it's just paparazzi stuff when they're actually doing investigation. And Scientologists, they're relentless. A lot of people farm out their gaslighting work to them for a profit. That's LA. LA is information. Information and what you can hide. Not what you can prove, but what you can hide. Why ain't nobody talking about the fact that those Diddy tunnels go to Hugh Hefner's house? Allegedly. He lives right around the corner. Why ain't nobody talking about that? Why ain't nobody talking about, it's very interesting that Diddy bought a house that just so happened to have tunnels underneath it that go to the Playboy Mansion. Allegedly. I don't know why. They don't ever seem to talk about the Playboy Mansion. They talk about Bill Cosby and all the Playboy bunnies that he fucked underage, who he gave quaaludes to and all of that shit, but they don't talk about the fact that it happened in the Playboy Mansion. That has been legend to have had tunnels for decades, and LAPD knew about it, allegedly. Allegedly, there are tunnels in Calabasas as well. I hope Kendrick bought the right house. I can't wait to see what he gon' find. The thing I think that's messing everybody's head up is that all of this wild shit is going on right in front of their faces, and they're not understanding how they're missing it. Yet it's all happening right in front of their face. Like the Willow conversation, the Smith family conversation that we had.
In your face.
In your face.
Like, put out in your face.
I mean, there's multiple videos of this man forcibly trying to tongue kiss his son. On some Dalai Lama shit, suck my tongue. All right. You may see the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, we know how it
telling the little boys.
We seen it. That's
like, they talk about Nature Boy. This
And the Tom Brady kiss, the Tom Brady kissing his son. I thought that was just crazy. Like, who does that?
They supposed to be Portuguese? I don't know. Maybe he done crossed over. I don't know.
So 50 Cent,
he took airs out of ball to win, games. Who knows? I don't know. I tell you what, he loved football more than he loved his supermodel wife. I'm still trying to understand. The bitch worth a whole lot more money than you. He got it made. And you said, fuck you, bitch, I want football. Yo, that's deep. That's deep. I don't know. Maybe he just liked the locker room. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you gotta go to the locker room to get to the ball. You know what I'm saying? Everybody naked. No Diddy. I don't know. I'm looking at everybody sideways these days. Yeah, all you men, stop kissing your sons in the mouth. Just, kiss them on the forehead or something. I don't know. Maybe refrain. Maybe just refrain, from the kissing on your child altogether.
Give him a hug.
I don't know. Pound. Dap it up. Love you, kid. You know what I mean?
So
I do that and I'm a chick.
right. Right.
Like, yeah, no, I ain't kissing my kids in the mouth.
Nah, what?
Fuck you doing? Look, we was close enough with the womb.
Right.
Now you out. You got your mouth, I got mine. You know, I don't know. It's weird. And they can't claim the European shit because even Europeans is looking at this shit sideways. Like, no, that's not love. He likes children. Like, I wish every American could like go to a foreign country and listen to how they talk about us. Just I spy how they talk about Americans. It's funny. We are the stupidest motherfuckers on the earth if you listen to everybody else in the world. And I can't say that I blame them because we sit here and we keep falling for the same nut ass shit over and over and over and over again. Ain't nobody asked what the fuck Barack Obama was doing hanging out with Jay-Z. Like you're not JFK. You're Barack Obama. You're not JFK. What the fuck you doing running around with the Rat Pack? What you doing? Because we know. They was at the Diddy party. Y'all always raved about all the fun times you spent with the Carters. You know what I'm saying? That bitch high. Like Kim Burrell said that Jay-Z called her and asked her to come and minister to his wife, who was locked in a room for 12 hours, listening to Kim Burrell records, rocking back and forth and shit. I guess she was trying to break the spell. I don't know. But when you gotta call an evangelist to help talk your wife out the room, I don't know. Hey, they didn't have, like, they couldn't call the Obamas and get some marital advice on how to, you know, make it work. They're important people.
They got daughters too.
Who got daughters?
The Obamas. They got daughters.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I'm just saying. So
have you seen their wardrobes? At least they thicker than some of them other kids. Cause that damn Aoki, seeing that Aoki with that old ass man.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. No, so Jack, here.
What was worse than that was hearing her father saying, "Your titties ain't big enough to be a sugar baby." Like that's how you talk your daughter. Oh, like, how you gonna say that? That shit. How you say that to your girl? Like,
man.
Dad, if you don't put my allowance back to the normal, I'm gonna become a sugar baby. Your titties ain't big enough to be a sugar baby, bitch. Shut up. Like, like who talks like that to their daughter?
Yeah. So
and that's where Usher went to get a blessing after he got engaged.
Yeah. To
that androgynous looking female. She almost look as masculine as
kids opened up the sources
as
in your dictionaries.
They say I curse too much. This is what it's like when I use real words.
I know. Shit.
So it's like, I mean, these motherfuckers is weird.
So
I'm just trying to I'm looping it all back in because I think I got to get back to the Me Too.
Yeah.
Because isn't one of them bitches a doctor? Yeah, the Tyrena girl with the pizza face. Ain't that her name, the Tyrena?
KRS-Two. God damn.
She's the fucking haterade is what she is. See, I got her number.
Diddy used to sell Proactive Solution.
Listen to me. And look at what it did for Alicia Keys. Next to nothing. Because I just see somebody that said they'd seen her. And they said that shit was Mount St. Helens all over again, like volcanoes everywhere. She on that Puff Daddy acne cream. Rub it in, no Diddy.
The download. No. All right,
See, she probably would have got clear with the Nature Boy because at least they was vegan. You know.
You're gonna circle back to the Me Too.
Diddy like that pork.
Okay, we can't save everybody. We can't save everybody. So, as you're about to circle back to the Me Too, I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
But go ahead, because
Pizza Faces. Tyrena. Now she got a doctorate. Don't she? Look at who face is that?
Yeah.
The pizza.
Man, the pizza.
I'm telling you, that's sausage and peppers.
Shout out to Zalat.
That's sausage and peppers right there. The texture even adds up. Fuck that ugly bitch. I can see why she did this shit, yo. Cause she fucking hate all of them bitches cause she wished somebody would have wanted to assault her. You know, it's the bitches I really don't like. You can look at her. You can look. Look at that.
Praying for assault is wild. That's nasty.
Look at that. That look like prosthetic. But it's how you trust a bitch with a face like that? I just want to know. Because as far as she concerned, God lied to her. She gonna lie to everybody else. Look at her ass. Fucking ugly bitch. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, I bet you somebody tried to rape her once and looked at her and said, my bad.
No.
It's ugly as fuck. I'm telling you. I ain't lying. Yo, I ain't lying. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why they done it. Skin, look at that. Look at that. Got that prosthetic. And it's real.
Jim Henson, huh? Jim Henson.
All she need is a color. Green or purple. Look at her.
Okay.
Shade her out. Put her in the next movie.
I'm going to take us off that for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Because I could stay on that.
Shit.
I could stay right on that for a hot minute.
So real quick, Jack.
Lying ass bitch me to my ass.
We can go through this very quick. I'm going to name some names. And
okay.
I just want you to tell us how you know them.
See, that's why I didn't wear mascara.
Right. I'm gonna name some names or groups, whatever, and I want you to tell us how you know them. Were you in rooms with them? And because people keep questioning, how does Jack,
I don't brag, but you can ask. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at that. I was never in a room with that bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that up.
I was never alone with that ugly bitch.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And they make her the face of a movement. The face of a bowel movement. Look at that.
She's the face.
I told you, we can live there for a minute for the mushroom people. Invasion of the mushroom people.
Mushroom people.
That bitch look like a whole portobello, out left out in the sun. All, meaty. Oh, boy. She better not find no cannibals, boy. They gonna start with that snout.
Jag, you're making me hungry. Stop. Okay. I'm getting hungry. I ain't there yet. All right. So
God bless the ugly bitch. God bless her.
All right, so
it ain't her fault.
All right, let's make this quick. Because I'm just curious.
Yeah, let's get
and then this is for the fans that question. This is. If you want a good laugh, listen to Jag talk about the Me. Anyway.
Yeah, the Me Too Miss Who. Bitch got a doctorate and couldn't find a pervert standing next to R. Kelly? How not? He got pictures with the Jay-Z. Did you do any investigation? Oh, that's right, you couldn't. He funded it. Yes, you couldn't investigate the man that was paying to legitimize your very irrelevant doctrine.
So Jay, we're gonna go around the room a little bit. Maybe I'll ask questions. But I want to we're gonna name a person.
Heathcliff Huxtable.
We're gonna
That's where she got her degree from ABC.
All right.
Gots to be more careful. Come on.
So for validation, for those fans that want to know your history in the music business,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we're gonna say some names, and I just want you to quickly just tell us, where you might have been with them in person, whether through you.
Okay.
And let's just start with who you just talking about.
Like a lightweight lie detector. Come on.
Like a lightweight lie detector. We just had Raekwon in here, the chef. You mentioned Wu-Tang.
Yes.
Have you been in rooms with Wu-Tang and when and where?
Of course I have.
Please go ahead.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, it's good.
I've been in hotel rooms with them. I've been on tour buses with them. I've been backstage with them. I was there. I used to date the 60-second assassin.
Said enough right
there. Yeah. That was my boyfriend. I was 19 and he's about 52.
Why they call him a 60-second assassin?
I don't know. It was literal. Kind of like C Murder. Kind of relevant.
Kind of like.
I'm just saying, you got to listen to a nigga name.
Right. Okay.
Black Thought.
Okay. So, all right, let's keep going.
Buying prostitutes for 13-year-old boys is a little on the dark side. Especially when the prostitute was an adult. Shame on you, Tariq.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right.
You should have warned Jill. You should have told Jill to leave that alone. Or maybe you ain't leaving her alone. Y'all still fucking.
Jill was in part one. But
yeah. Shout out to that bitch. But, anyway.
Free.
Yeah. I do know Free.
When, how, where, what rooms? Just friends?
From back in the day. I mean, BET events. She hosted events that I was at. We were New York girls together. I was a Philly girl, but for real, I spent more time in New York than I did at home. In the height of my career, I was always in Manhattan. We were always, we were friends. I remember the last night we got to hang out. It was me, her, Belial, and El DeBarge. And she, she was the MC and she hosted us that night. And we had a great time. Yeah.
And y'all know you have mentioned why people don't mention Free enough, but we will bring Free back. We will bring Free back.
Her.
Yeah, we will.
Out here.
We will bring her back. If AJ has a chance, Free has even more chance.
AJ got a chance because Freeze was stolen. I wish I could talk more about it. But the simple fact that she's not in broadcasting and her child is now grown, it's unfair. And that's when I kind of got to lean into the Angie Martinez's. Because she is a female in broadcasting, a woman of color. She's also an artist. And happiest I ever saw her was with Nokio. And I don't think anyone ever really understood why they broke up. But Nokio did go to Diddy parties. Nokio did go to Diddy parties.
I know you spoke on this one, but I just wanted to see if you could go just a little more deeper with this person that you've been around. Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything? Anything else? Another story with him?
I mean, it was 9 months. It was fast. It was furious. It was amazing. I learned a lot. I loved writing songs with him. I didn't really get a chance to cook that much. We were always on the move. Like his schedule was really crazy. So when I was with him at the house, I was working with him. And Cat's always working.
Jamie Foxx.
What about Jamie?
You've been in rooms.
I know Jamie.
What's your?
Me and Jamie shared a manager, Breon.
Shout out Breon. Yes.
Yeah, somebody please put him on a milk cart. No one's seen him since Jamie went into the hospital. I hope Breon's okay. Hope he didn't have a stroke.
Does the Claudia Jordan thing stem from that? Foxhole?
No, not really. That's more about the transgender assistants that were constantly engaged to come and party with Jamie because everyone knows he likes transgender women. He went after my Gigi. Want to know when we met all up together? When they met my Gigi?
Go ahead.
At a party at Park. It was the second inauguration for the Obamas, and I was there as a guest at the party, like I was at the first inauguration. And I brought Gigi with me, and Jamie had his eye on her. And Breon asked me if it was cool. And I said, everybody here is grown. Gigi was quite catnip. I mean, if you look at her, she's amazing. But I never let her fake it. I never let her pretend to be a woman. But I always insisted that she behave like one. The transgender girls that I took care of and I looked after who were in the business or worked with the business or clients held in the business, I always demanded that they think highly of themselves. They had keys to my house, so on the nights where they couldn't go home and they didn't trick enough money, they didn't have to keep tricking, Come to the house. Food will be on the stove. Don't die tonight. Because a lot of them end up in dumpsters. So yeah, Jamie done a lot. The naked basketball games that he hosted. I mean, everybody knew. And there's no point in me hiding it now because his fate has been sealed, whatever it may be. But everybody knew if you went to a party at Jamie's house that at midnight, the witching hour began. And basically he would have a party and everybody would be in there. But at 12 o'clock, the women would start to take off their clothes and you would have to guess if you were with a cisgender woman or a transgender woman. So some of these dudes, they already been making out with these chicks, they already been doing all kinds of stuff. And then the clothes come off and you figure out whether or not you got a chick or a chick with a dick. That was a standard. Or the night that another male R&B artist that I know, and I've already spoke about this, I'm not gonna put you out there, but you know exactly who you are. You know you was there underneath that piano sucking Jamie's dick while he was playing fucking Mozart. And he taped it and I saw it. Now I've already spoke about this on another channel and I'm not gonna say your name this time because you didn't sue me. So we already know what it is. But what I will say is this. Tonka trucks are Tonka trucks, not tanks. You got played with. And that's just what it is.
Kelly Rowland.
I mean, I only seen the sex tape. And I seen her backstage at a couple of shows, but I mean, nobody ever paid attention to any of them. I just seen the sex tape. What?
Stevie J.
What about him?
Have you been?
Of course I have.
In what capacity?
I mean,
I used to see him at Daddy's house. I used to see him when he would come through Mecca. And he was always too loud, too boisterous, too much. The most time I would say bumping into him was when he was with Evelyn. And he would come to Philly, but he had a baby mom in Philly too. Like, he's a dirtbag. Like, I never tried to spend time with him. Chucky Thompson was my friend. Okay? Easy Mo B what was our hip hop god, who later on in life became a friend, and I call him brother now. But Stevie J, he's just a little pimp. And he got all of the projects because he would do whatever, Diddy wanted him to do. The simple fact that Chucky Thompson died, my friend Chucky, I couldn't even post. His first wife reached out to me. And I always felt like there was something wrong there. And then when Shoes started calling me, Shoes used to drive me, but he was also Diddy's personal driver when he would come to towns. He worked for Mark. And the last time I talked to Shoes, I don't know. I was very tightly connected to all of that bad boy shit. I just never fucked with it because I knew what that nigga was hitting for. I hope you didn't do anything to Chucky.
Farnsworth Bentley.
Concubine. And that's all I got to say about that.
So, all right, we'll leave it there.
What grown man walks around holding an umbrella for another man?
That's a question.
I mean,
And
arguably,
considering now that's a valet's job. That's some racist shit. It's racist.
Joe did hold the umbrella for Pun.
He should have took that umbrella and beat him over the fucking head with it, is what he should have done. Instead, he ran to the Lord and got a wife and had some babies quick. Why is it that every time these niggas get freaked off on it, they think that the first thing they gotta do is go and get a bitch and make it all go away? It don't make it all go away. That dick was up your ass. That doesn't change. You can't unring that bell.
I like women's. So
You
let me
can
ask.
fuck all the pussy in the world you want. Your ass is still ran through. You and your wife got something in common. You know what it feels like to bear down on all that pressure.
Jaguar Wright, for validation purposes, Mary J. Blige, what rooms, what places have y'all been
The
to?
last time I was willingly allowing myself, because anytime that sow's around, I leave. If I want to be around a pig, I go to a farm. The last time I allowed myself to even engage with her was when she asked me to sing when Vibe magazine was honoring her for her 10th anniversary of being on Vibe and 10 years being the queen of hip hop soul and all of that shit. And me and Music Soul Child sang and somebody else don't remember. And if I've offended you, I really don't give a fuck. You should have been more memorable. Music did a good job. I did a good job. And her and LaTanya sitting there in the front, and they all happy when Music is singing. But when I got up there, those bitches sat there and stared me down like they was about to try to ask me to fight. Now you asked me to come here to honor you by making your song sound better than you ever could. And you want to stare down on me? Her and Tang. The whole time I sang. Now, of course, this happened after Unplugged. I thought her inviting me to come to honor her was like maybe an olive branch in some way. But you staring down on me like you ready to fight. Fuck, I'm here for it, and I could have been home. I was playing Tomb Raider back then. Like, I could have been Lara Croft in there smoking a joint, kicking it, making dinner for my kids, and I'm come up here so you and your sister can grit on me up close. Then Beyonce comes.
Oh, she was gonna be next. Go ahead.
And they walked her in. And then I watched Mary J. fawn over her. She stopped talking. Like, this was an event to honor her. And all she could do was sing Beyonce's praises. And how, even though she was a younger artist than her, how she looked up to her and saw her as a role model for all the girls in the business. And how honored she was that Beyonce honored her with her presence to come while she was being honored by Vibe magazine, who she had appeared in more times at that moment than Beyonce. How crazy does that sound?
was a dancer though. She might have been, Beyonce.
Imagine. I want you to think about what I just said. This bitch is sitting here getting an honor for being the most, written about black woman in Vibe magazine for 10 years, and all you can talk about is the bitch that's coming behind you? You ain't talk about the producers. You didn't talk about the writers. You didn't talk about the team that helped you get there. Your whole fucking speech was about how great Beyonce is. That's when I knew she was picked. But when I think of that speech that day at that Vibe magazine event, and then I think of Lizzo and her acceptance speech when she won Album of the Year and beat Beyonce, the one award she can't win, maybe because you don't put good albums together. Yeah. Just nice videos and singles. But all that being said, didn't Lizzo do the same thing in the middle of her speech? She stopped her acceptance speech to say how she felt bad for winning Album of the Year because Beyonce didn't get it.
Deja vu.
Listen to me. We're talking Mary J. Blige, who came before Beyonce, singing her praises while she's being honored, forgets herself, talks about this bitch. "20 years later, Lizzo winning the one Beyonce award she can't get. And she stops in the middle of that to say, I feel bad that I won your award. Tell me there's not something off with that. Imagine Tom Brady at a Super Bowl holding the trophy in Tampa and thanking Belichick and never mentioning anything. That would look crazy, wouldn't it? He might not get his contract renewed. Something's off here. These people are being trained to worship this person, to honor her above themselves. Why? What's so special about her?
Aura?
What aura? Tuesday? This is aura. This is her aura. On a jumbotron at a basketball game in real time. Her sister trying everything within her, from all of the ancestors, from every plantation they got, violated on, whooping her husband ass, and she rocking back and forth. I showed you the video where the bitch fell down and she popped right up like the reanimated man and started swinging her hair. Bitch, take a nap. You just fell down 15 metal stairs. Like, take a second. Breathe. Let the dancers carry on. This bitch, whoa,
So since you're talking,
these niggas ain't human.
Since you're talking about talent, I want to go a little bit left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was doing my research, I'm going back and I'm listening to Cassie, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it's all out now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when Cassie first came out, they would play her single over and over and over. And I kind of liked it, right? At the time. Now, just hear me out. I kind of liked it. But now I go back and I listen to the single and I'm like, this song really sucks. Now, hearing you sing, Jag, it does something to me, right? It's natural, like how you spoke earlier. It's God's gift. I don't think Cassie had God's gift, right?
No.
No.
She had desire.
Okay, so she had desire. So
she had desire, and she is talented. She's just not. She's not Maya.
Right. So what I want to say is, we talked about this.
Not even A. Marie was Maya, and Cassie wasn't even A. Marie. You know, I'm not gonna take a shot at her talent or her career, because I don't know what she could have become.
So
she was actually working with a real producer. She was working with Ryan Leslie. He was developing her. Me and You was a start.
Right.
It wasn't the finish. It was a start. If he had been able to keep developing her, who knows what Cassie might have become. But she only got one album, and she got stuck under the diddler, and she never got to grow, you know? So
my question to that, right, is, because back in the day, I was like, this was good. It was, they played
Cassie
so
was
much.
there to piss off J-Lo for leaving.
Oh, okay. Okay. So remember, like a couple interviews ago, we said there's a ritual with the music.
Yeah.
Is that something that could
Very
be
much so.
performed with the Cassie track?
Absolutely. Listen to me. Songs are spells. That's what chants means. If you look in French, the word chants, it means song, but it also means a spell. The things that we say, that's why they say you got to be careful. Life and death resides in the tongue. Everything that we say holds value, it holds weight, and it has the ability to trigger things. That one line, you know, big in Kendrick's song when he says, I hate when I talk about guns and then someone gets shot and they die, and it makes, you know, because we make things happen. So imagine when you take that and you put that to melody and you put that to song that holds you and rocks you, whatever is embedded in that sound is now embedded in you. It's been proven scientifically. The human mind cannot refuse any information transferred through sound. That makes music the most important thing that we have. Now think about all of these records that when you listen to them, you heard them a million times, whether you liked it or not. Matter of fact, how many songs did you not like that you ended up liking later?
Right.
Man, I hated this song. I like this song. They kept playing it. You had no choice but to like it.
Right.
Programming. You know.
Yeah,
What about Mo?
Huh?
What about Mo? I saw that Rainwater interview. I got to take a good look at it. I saw y'all put a new Rainwater interview on.
Yeah, that Rainwater.
I've been hearing a lot of things.
What's your thoughts about Mo3 and Rainwater?
My thoughts is that Mo3 deserves justice immediately. And the people that say they love him need to start telling the truth so he can get it and his family can get it. I'm sick and tired of seeing people capitalize off of Mo's passing.
Yeah.
Period. And his documentary needs to come out. Like, if people are gonna do this much fighting over his legacy and estate, then they should really be more interested in fostering the legacy.
What do you see?
The public needs to see that. They need it. They deserve it.
Right.
He has fans, loyal fans. And since he passed away, he's made more fans.
Right.
They need their moment to get to know him better. I just think it's time for people to do better by the legacy of Mo3 at this point. And maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I think Eminem had a famous line, said, music will alter moods and talk to you.
Yeah.
And I think, what y'all do is great. But Jack, lastly, I have to ask.
I'm so glad Proof wrote that for him.
See, I know you're about to take it there. I know you're about to take it there, man. He has a new album out, Jack. He's trying to sell an album.
Wonder who wrote it.
Shit. Okay.
Wonder who wrote it.
Shit.
I wonder who wrote it.
Houdini is a magic trick.
I don't know. Maybe it was Drake. His people. I'm sure they're looking for work.
We'll save that conversation.
Ghostwriters.
So before
we never get the credit we deserve.
Ever. So lastly, Jack, for those that want to validate
you know how many
your stories,
Grammys I would have won if motherfuckers had to admit what I wrote?
right? No, I know you've been in studios help. Like, hey, let me get your pen together.
I love creation. I love art, and I share it with everyone. It's not mine. It's a gift. It came to me from God. To refuse to share it is stuff of law. Period. It goes against God.
Yeah.
Now, what people choose to do with what I share with them and what I give to them, if they choose to exploit it or whatever, that don't fall on me. That fall on them.
That's true.
You know, that's part of the reason why they really hate me, because they're looking at me and they know I'm the greatest. They know it.
Thanks.
I know it too.
Yeah.
But guess what? You don't see me running around bragging about it. You don't see me running around begging people to acknowledge my greatness. I don't. If you come across my art, or if I share it with you and if it blesses you, that's great. But I never did it for fame. I did it for people. I did it for connection. I did it because that's what I do. God gave me that. The truth is, of all the things that I can do, my artistry is the thing I care the least about, but it's the biggest part of me. They wish they had what I had. They wished, every last one of them. They wished, they hated having to sing before or after me. And I never bragged about it, and I'm still not. I'm just saying, they know what it is. I know what it is. But why they hate me is because if they had my talent, they would have sold their souls immediately so that they could be the number one bitch. And they know all I had to do was play the game and I would have been the number one bitch. And I was like, I'm good on it. Like, imagine wishing that you had something that someone doesn't even give a fuck about. See, that's why these industry bitches hate me. Because I would come to shows in sweatsuits on purpose and have the whole fucking crowd going crazy after they spent $1,500 and 6 hours in the mirror. It wasn't nobody thinking about them. And I showed up in a sweatsuit. See, when you that bitch, you ain't got to prove you that bitch. Matter of fact, all these bitches talking only proves I'm the bitch. Because who gives a fuck about them? Like, that shit that Jill pulled was desperate. I know she begging. Illuminati, please. I'm not too old. I got a second win. My titties are still big. You can fuck those. I don't need it. See, they get a taste of that attention. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you something right now. There is no greater high than feeling 45,000 people screaming love at you. There is no rush. It is very addictive. And you can coast on it for a while. But it's gotta be more about, it's gotta be more than being, that feeling. That dopamine, it's an addiction. I've seen motherfuckers tank their fucking family when they fucking should have stayed home and not done that tour because they can't live without that roar. I've seen wives say, please, baby, we need to work this out. I'll see you when I get off tour. And for nothing more than that roar. Because sometimes it really ain't about the money. A lot of them niggas be getting jerked. Look at Bad Boy. Who got paid? But they was smiling in them pictures, though, and they love to be in them videos. I know you see me in the video. Hey, I know you see me in the...
Those videos were nice.
And you still don't pay me no attention.
So Jack, I want to take it home right there.
At least they didn't pay them bank accounts no attention.
Yeah, I want to take...
them bank accounts was ignored.
I want to take it home right there.
$500 and you walked for cheesecake
Oh,
and cheese, all that shit. Like,
So-
and you did all of that for a $500 check, and niggas say I'm a crackhead. Are you fucking kidding me?
Don't. They're kids, Jack. But hey, no. You're just,
And
so
victims.
to bring this home,
Yeah.
I want to validate for those who just question where you were at during this time.
Yeah.
Can you speak to where you were at or who you were around, or, and I'm not gonna say a name, but I'm just gonna say
When
bad
Suge
boy.
Knight got shot in the ass in Miami?
Damn.
Because I was there.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was fighting with Paris Hilton in the bathroom at Nobu.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. See, I wasn't going there, but okay, wait. When Suge Knight got shot in the ass, which we all
I was
remember.
there, yeah. At the it was MTV's. I was there. I was doing a party on Star Island in the yacht.
And you and Paris got into a brief altercation.
Over Scott Storch.
Scott.
Yeah, because I didn't approve of him fucking with her. I thought it was bad. She had him spending. I'm like, this bitch is worth $100 million. Why are you spending all your money? Let this bitch spend some money.
Scott like to spend though.
Yeah, he on a bunch of used shit.
Yeah.
Like he like everything brand new except for pussy.
Yeah.
Never understood that. He paid top dollar.
For the use.
And the more beat up it is.
Oh.
Who the fuck bring a porn star home and expects to be happy?
Hey man. Hey.
Bitch brings her work home with her. Honey, can you please hold this pillow?
Oh, shit. Okay. So,
He's about to get the cum shot. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Did you want linguine and clams for dinner?
Right. Oh God.
Let's be real.
So I was gonna ask about.
Yeah, fuck Paris. Anyway, we was arguing, and I told her she smelled like dirty bed sheets, and she called me a nigga.
Paris Hilton called you a nigga?
Yeah, she calls all black people niggas. So anyway.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, and I was like, for real, I'm about to fuck you up. And then you heard pop pop. And I'm like, we're in Nobu. Why would there be shooting, in Nobu?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here confused. This Paris Hilton literally goes to the bathroom, messes up her hair, and goes screaming out. We don't know what happened. This bitch was looking for the paparazzi. She wanted to be the first one. Shots fired, and this bitch is ready for a photo op.
Wow.
I'm like, the fuck? I go to walk out. They got Suge. Suge was laid on his stomach. And you can see they had shot him in the ass because he had the red stain. He was on his stomach, and they rolled his ass out of Nobu. I never seen people so happy to see somebody get shot. Like, literally. We walked out like, they was like, yo, did you hear? Suge got shot. I was like, that's who that big nigga was. His face was there. They was like, yeah, they shot him in the ass. They was everybody. Just, that was it. Did you hear Suge got shot? Yeah, they shot him in the ass.
Damn, okay. You were there. You were there. So
I don't know.
Last I was
he should have started talking back then.
I was gonna say, can you explain your connection or just where you were at or around and who for Bad Boy Records and Uptown Records? Just anyone within that. Just what is your connection at all to any of that, if anything?
My direct connection would be, I'll be sure at this point, I was always around. See, like you got to understand, dibbling and dabbling in the dark arts and sex world and being a ghostwriter and then being a public artist, I'm kind of living a double life anyway. But I knew Kim and I knew Kimura. We weren't friends. I wasn't a part of their clique, but we all partied together. They should do a documentary. They did a documentary about Freaknik. They should do a documentary about the Kit Kat Club.
Ooh.
It was an old theater that had been renovated into a nightclub. And, all of the old like opera seats were VIPs, private VIPs. Everything happened in there. And You know, they had it was Diddy's idea to pass out the opera glasses so people could spy on each other while they were fucking in each other's shit.
Eyes wide shut.
It was wild. That was at the beginning. The Kit Kat Club was the beginning of him going from Puffy to Diddy. You know what I mean? It was a big change. But that was when he first started really attacking art and real artistry. He wanted whack artists. Like, I'll never forget when he was working with a street team and he had them all in there and it was young boys and he was talking about, listen to me, we don't want talented artists. Stop bringing me talented motherfuckers. Talented motherfuckers is always trying to run the fucking show and they think because they got talent that you need them. We need motherfuckers that need us.
That's a producer's mindset. I can see that. I'm a
Mary J. Blige was his prototype for what having no talent can do if you're willing to play the game. There's no way in the world that at the position where she sat at the time of that 10th anniversary and the fact that Beyonce was a freshman coming into the game, she should have been literally bowing down and worshiping this nobody bitch who only got a record out of Wyclef. And it wasn't even the actual record. It was the remix to save the first record that don't nobody ever talk about. Like, I just want to get the record straight.
That's the history. That's the history. Oh.
So imagine what it did for every artist that was her peer at that time to see Mary J. Blige, the queen of R&B hip hop, bow down to this up and comer. Let them all know she's the one. She's the next one in charge. Like it's a nod. You know? It's a big nod. And it tells everybody else around, oh, that's the chosen one.
Jag, for
shame, you know, after all of that hero worship, she couldn't have, you know, Beyonce got the billion. She couldn't have helped Mary J. Blige pay the Kindle.
Cannot.
She could have just cut a check.
You know, Mary just got her titties done, Jack.
Huh?
She just got her titties done. Brand new, just like a week ago.
Same, they couldn't do her brain and her heart.
Oh, God.
They need to go back in there. There's more work to be done.
Okay.
She got her titties done at 50-something.
I mean, she's on TV. She got to...
Who's watching? Ain't this the last season?
That is going on.
She might have something to do with that.
Yeah. Jack, so let's speak on you for a second. We're
weird bitch.
Sorry. We're in summer. Let us know what you have coming up next, because RealLyfe does want to be a part of the Jag journey.
I think we are a part of each other's journey at this point.
Yeah, 1 million subscribers once again. Probably touching it right now as we speak.
I know.
And you are a major...
I couldn't be happier for you guys.
No, thank you. Thank you.
And I'm glad that this is going to be over so Angel can go on vacation and get some sleep.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Ange, we can't wait. No, Ange, we were talking off camera, and Ange has his business acumen is crazy.
Yeah.
And we got to definitely discuss some business with Ange.
Let me tell you something.
Very soon.
Mostly everything that I understand about working with people and doing business with people and living as an entrepreneur, not as a worker, but as a boss, I learned from that man. I'm not going to get too much into his business because people are already gossiping. But what I will say is, you got to look at a person who manages to hold on to relationships for decades and ask yourself, what's real between these people that keep them in the game for 20 years, 30 years? Your average friendship nowadays doesn't last more than 5 years, and then people journey on or they move away or someone gets divorced and they got you and they got this, you know. But when you have people that truly know you, you're a blessed woman. And so what's going on? RealJag.com.
There you go.
What's going on? Love.
There you go.
And partnership.
There you
And
go.
There's this guy that's always hanging around me now, and he decided he wants to do a documentary about my life.
Oh, it sounds entertaining, just the thought of.
And he's filming right now.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. And that's just a blessing itself because
and then reintroducing the world to all of the Philadelphia content.
There you go.
And to be able to put all of that back up for everyone that was there before who that got taken away from, and to be able to give them Jay-Z Unplugged again, because we will be uploading Jay-Z Unplugged to the new Philadelphia Broadcasting Network in the next 10 days. I think part of the reason why they went so hard after the network the first time was just because I put that up.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm going to put it up again. Because I can. Because that's just as much my legacy as it is yours, Sean. Especially at this point. And I want the world to see it. And I want everybody to have an opportunity to witness what you tried to slump because you couldn't get me to say yes.
You were supposed to disappear, Jack. You were supposed to disappear.
He tried. When I think about that night at 4040, and he told me he was going to make sure that the world never knew about me. He was going to make sure I disappeared. And I looked at him and I said, I don't know, Sean. It's a big world. We'll see.
So what do you think your talent is?
I don't know yet.
I'm going to go ahead and say as beautiful as your singing is, it's got to be your voice. Because if you never sung again, your voice has reached the heavens. I mean, you're touching millions and millions and millions. And that's some people can never even say they've done with their song.
True.
So, I mean,
and now, guess what I get to do? Everyone who has been listening, in about 2 months, they'll be able to go to RealJag.com and they'll be able to stream all the Jaguar Wright music they want to hear that has never been released before,
Right.
that has never been heard. And you won't have to worry about whether or not people were hurt to make it. It's all cruelty-free music. And that is the last thing, our campaign. Odell and I have decided to make it a go. We're going to do it. It's up and running, crueltyfreeartistry.org. We're real.
Two things, Jack.
Yes.
You will be hopefully singing live somewhere, hopefully. But also Tokyo Tony, we spoke on that.
Yeah.
Y'all saw each other in person, and that possibly can be seen as
that
soon as
will
possible
be seen
on
RealJag.com.
And Jag, just the last thing we got to ask you for the fans and the viewers. I just really want to know what's the end game?
Cruelty-free artistry. Period. If I have a position to stand on, all of this pain to create all of this happiness, and no one knows what's really going on. If you knew how Clive Davis used to torture Luther Vandross, it might make you look at some of those Luther Vandross albums a little different. You know, like even when we did One's Gotta Go, I went back and I listened to what I had to say about Prince and Michael Jackson, and I tripled down on that. If it could have spared him being a victim, fuck that music. You know, we shouldn't have to naturally expect as artists that we're going to have to be victimized to get ahead. How does something that God gave us that brings so much joy end up in such fucked up shit all the time? I want to be able to look at a young artist and see her grow up and know she never had to have what happened to me happen to her to get a Grammy, to get a sold out tour, to get a movie. That's my end game at this point. Can we make good art without having to hurt someone to do it?
Well,
can we send our kids to auditions and pray to God they don't get fucking touched? You know, is that really asking for so much?
Amen. Well, I was talking to my mama today and she said, do you think that girl Jaguar really be telling the truth? I said, I don't know how you see it online, but if you was in there with her and she looks you dead in your eye, you gonna know that she is. With that being said, Jaguar Wright, you are a real life street star.
1 million!
1 million!
1 million! And many, many more. Because I promise you, you coming here is your blessing. And it's our honor.
Shout out RealLyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move. Hey.